Mike Barnacle, who he looks like a regular guy, but boy, he's not. Mm-hmm. Just because you don't get your teeth fixed doesn't mean that you're a regular person. Right? He doesn't know what the regular people. His wife is a big executive for Bank of America.
But I'm interested in this clip to hear what he plagiarized this week.
So here's Mike Barnacle asking. He asks a good question here. Let's go ahead and play it. He actually does do a good job here. Let's hear it.
We hear about these acquisitions, Skype going for however many billions Microsoft is willing to pay for it, and all these other past acquisitions, why there continues to be no job growth, no real permanent job growth in this country.
So that's a good question. Why is there no job growth? So they had this hedge fund manager on the show that morning, and they asked this hedge fund, now what do the hedge fund managers always, everybody always say, oh, there's certainty. Well, let's go ahead and play it. He'll say it, and then we'll talk about it.
I think part of the problem is that there's not stable consistency and confidence. You know, every time we get a good leading economic indicator, we get some bad economic indicator. And so there hasn't been a stable environment by which corporations can feel comfortable to make permanent employment decisions.
Yeah, see, I got all this money, and boy, I really could use a few more workers because a lot of people want to buy my stuff, but I'm just nervous. That's the theory. That's the theory. They have a. Well, that's a BS theory.
But they feel very secure just transferring huge amounts of money from one bank account to another bank account.
They're very safe.
That's all Wall Street has done for years now, is just transfer paper around. They don't.
Their money. Well,
they
FDR used to
create jobs. They haven't fed the economy and added to the innovation and growth of our country. They just send a piece of paper from here over there, and then it comes back. And at the end of the day, someone wins, someone loses.
They're the largest sector of our economy, and they produce nothing. They produce nothing. FDR referred to them as money changers, which is what they are. And now
they're not even willing to change.
They're not even willing to. So here's some, I don't know if Mark Haynes, who was the CNBC anchor who died recently unexpectedly.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, he was the real deal, which is, of course, we lose all the good guys, right? So he was on the show that morning, and he answered the same question. Let's hear what his answer is.
I think it has nothing to do with confidence. Companies hire when they see more demand for their goods or services, period, the end. When business picks up, they hire. If business doesn't pick up, they don't hire.
Well, you've got 7% growth in the average earnings of the S&P 500 over the last 4 years.
Yeah, but you haven't had that kind of growth in the average earnings of the average worker, and that's who buys stuff. So until those people start buying more stuff, companies aren't going to hire.
So there's a real effect. So he just told that guy, hey, by the way, you're full of crap, by the way, because that's not true. Exactly. When you have a demand for your product, you hire people so you can service that demand. That's what happens. What happens right now is they don't have a demand for their product because the people who are supposed to buy stuff, the workers, their wages have been stagnant for 30 years. And they don't have any money. And they have income insecurity. They have employment insecurity right now. That is the problem. So instead of Barack Obama fixing that problem and putting money, doing what FDR did, demand-side economics, putting money in the pockets of workers so they can buy stuff, they keep doing it backwards. They keep giving money to the people who are already sitting on $2 trillion.
Who have all this money, and they're like, well, the situation is unstable.
It's unstable. I only have $2 trillion.
I have to keep all my money.
I'd like to hire someone at $50,000 a year, but I only have $2 trillion.
Right.
So it made me feel good to be able to come on here and share that clip with everybody. And did you see the dumbfounded look on that hedge fund manager? I don't even know what that guy's name was. I wish I did, but I've seen him in a couple other shows. And
you don't know what his name is, and nobody knows exactly what he does.
No, you're right.
He's a hedge fund.
Because he's a hedge fund manager, and so it was good to see. Has nothing to do with certainty or uncertainty. Or, it's not stable yet, and Barack's got to make sure and take the uncertainty out of everybody. It's not what it's about.
And according to the Republicans, we'll take the uncertainty away if we don't give them any more, if they don't have to pay any more taxes.
Yeah.
That way they'll just feel more secure sitting on the money they have and not spending it. Not spending it, yeah.
Yes. So it's The results are in, folks. Trickle-down economics doesn't work. Supply-side economics doesn't work. The results are in. Let me just say this about Wall Street. If I could screw my wife half as good as Wall Street has screwed our economy, I wouldn't have to go through her emails.
We are wearing awesome t-shirts today. It's not as obvious as it should be.
Yeah, this is...
It's a Matador, Matador. I wanted a shirt that looked cute and was comfortable, and this was it. But unfortunately, the logo isn't large enough. It's very silky and soft. Do you feel the softness?